back. Let's talk about cooking on a boat. As you can see, we have a very small surface space here for cooking, and everything is nice and concise. I've added this microwave. This microwave is only for when we have shore power. We can't run it while we're off the dock. Same thing with the refrigerator here. We've added in a little refrigerator. Most people will have a Kimball stove right here, but I don't do a lot of baking, and it took up a lot of room, so I decided not to put a stove and cooktop there. But I will show you my secret as to how I hide my stove. Okay, the first thing I want to talk to you about is washing dishes and the sink. Back at home, you're really not concerned about how much water you're using when you're washing your dishes, and you may just have that water running. Well, we have a limited capacity of water, and that's a lot of water to waste every second by having full power. So typically, when I wash dishes, I'll reach down, I'll grab one of my large mixing bowls, and I will wash my dishes, fill this up halfway with water, and one hot water. I might microwave the water a little bit to get it nice and warm. And I'll fill up the water, put my dishes in there, fill it up with there, and I wash my dishes. And then here, I typically will lay my dishes to the side until they're all washed. Then I'll take my bowl out, and then I will rinse and put it into my drying rack over here. And there, when I do it that way, I only use about one bowl full of water as opposed to several gallons like we do at home. So water is scarce, so don't waste the water, because you will find yourself outside filling up that water tank more than once in a day if you're not careful with your water. I have a friend of mine who has a catamaran, and she invited 3 college students, her friends of her daughter, to come and stay on the boat. Now, she has over 200 gallons of water on her boat, and they took long 45-minute to 2 hour or so showers, washing their hair and doing what girls do in the shower, the water running, and literally all the water from that boat was gone in one day. She could not believe that 3 girls could use that much water. Well, we don't have 200 gallons of water here. We have about 25, and so if you think of those little jugs, if you use 4 of those jugs right here and doing 1 load of dishes times 3 days, that's 12 gallons of water in one day. So be mindful of your water. All right, next thing. We do have a microwave here. This is a different kind of microwave. It's a plus positive microwave, which means it doesn't draw power unless you turn it on. So the first thing to do is hold the button here so you hear that little beep so that the power comes on. Once the power is on, you can either turn the dial to add minutes to it, or you can choose some of the existing auto cook options. I typically find myself using just this 30-second one. You could add 30 seconds to it at each time simply by pressing this button at the bottom, and you press stop to clear. And it's a nice little retro looking microwave. It gets the job done. It heats up water, it heats up food, nothing major. This is my pride and joy here. This is my Magic Chef refrigerator. And it's great for when you're on shore. When we're not on shore, I'm actually using my traditional ice box back here in the corner. That's right, I called it an ice box because you have to go to the ice store, get a 25-pound block of ice, put it at the bottom, and then put your food inside there on top of the ice. And that's what keeps your food nice and cold while you're offshore. There are some other advanced features you can buy to add refrigeration units and so forth, or buy a refrigerator that runs off of the battery. But those are very costly. Each of those options are over $2,000. So for now, this is my solution. And so this refrigerator has very much the same thing your normal refrigerator would have. It has shelves and so on. And it also has a nice little freezer. And the wonderful thing about this freezer, it makes ice. Okay, that doesn't sound a big deal to you, but when it's hot and you're on the boat and you want something cool to drink, it's fantastic when you have the ability to make ice. All right, so that's preparing foods with refrigerator and there. So come take a look at my little secret. That's right, over here, this is our nav table. And normally underneath here, you'll have pens and papers and maps of different places you visited and so forth. But I have converted this into my cooking station. All right, so you lift at the top. There's a little hook up here. You see it? And you put the hook inside there, and that holds the lid open for you. And inside this, I have insulated the inside with temperature regulated paper here. It stops the oils from seeking through. Now, of course, if you have a big puddle of oil, it's going to seep through the seams here. But it keeps the wood on the other side nice and clean, and it keeps the splattering of oils and so forth. So in here, I have my George Foreman, and some of you guys are accustomed to George Foreman grill. And I can cook chicken, and I cook steaks, and I cook, you know, fish, and everything right here on this grill. It's a little quick and easy way. I just bring my cord out here, plug it in, and I'm in business. The other thing that I have as an option is I have an old-fashioned hot plate, which I can pull forward, put this one in the back, and again, plug it in over there. With shore power, I can go ahead and heat my water. I can go ahead and cook, do whatever I want to do. I do keep some seasonings in here, the things I use most frequently, but I don't have to keep seasoning in there if I don't want to. And so this is my secret space that I have for cooking, and I found that to be very useful. And when I'm done, I just hide it away underneath my nav table. Now I do have a couple drawers underneath here, but these drawers I've actually used for storing clothing. And so we'll talk about how do you keep all of the clothes and all the outfits, because you know a girl's got to look good. How do you keep that on a boat? Okay, talk to you soon.